As a kid, I really had only a select few games that I really got into. Like my first game was on the Game Boy Color, and it was like a Winnie the Pooh game. And I like that really wasn't like the first game I really got into was Plants vs Zombies on the computer. That game really stuck with me. I played that game so much. I got everything in that game. Giant Zen garden. I grew the tree to 100 feet tall. That was my favorite game as a kid. And so when I discovered that they made a shooter for the 360 that my parents had gifted me recently, I lost my mind because I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty at the time. But I was excited by this because I loved Plants vs. Zombies, and the fact that they made a shooter that I could actually play, like I begged and begged for them to give me gold just so I could play it because you had to have an online subscription to even play the thing. Um, I loved that game. Like, holy crap, when they got that game for me, that was it. I played that game so much. That was like what I looked forward to coming home to during middle school. And then when I discovered that they made a sequel only for the new system, again, my mind was set. I only wanted an Xbox One just for that. I begged and begged. I was so happy that they got that for me, and that became like my most played game for a good few years. Like, that was like a 5 year long game where I basically played nothing else but that game. I was addicted, and eventually I did get tired of it. I still love the game to this day, but I play other stuff now. And it all really started to really pop off once my Nintendo Switch. I got that on launch day for Breath of the Wild, and I didn't. I only played Breath of the Wild for a little bit before immediately dropping it, and I never touched it again. Years I did not touch it, and actually wasn't until Tears of the Kingdom came out in 2023 when I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick up Breath of the Wild and I'm gonna play it again. I literally never played it after the launch day. I just didn't click with me. And so I played it. Incredible game. The environments, the combat, it was such an enjoyable game. You could look in any corner on the map and you could find something interesting to do, even if it was just walking around and basking in the landscape. That was interesting because this huge open world had never seen anything like it in a video game. I had never. So naturally, after playing that, I started to want to play Ocarina of Time. Um, because I had never really played any of the other Zeldas before. Um, Breath of the Wild was really only it, and I almost felt like I was doing a disservice. Like, you need to play the old games. You need to get going on that. So I did. I tried to look for Ocarina of Time, and I see that the game is available on the Switch Online store. Um, Now, the only thing is that it's actually not. It's not on the Switch Online store. It's only on the subscription service. Uh, and so I was like, okay, well, is there any way I could buy it? And no, they don't sell it separately on the Switch store. So I was like, okay, maybe they sell it on the older consoles. And you check those older consoles and they don't have it, the storefronts are closed. So, like, can I not play Ocarina of Time? This is one of the highest reviewed video games of all time. I've never seen a video game so like positively revered. All the things that it pioneered, gameplay, storytelling, so many things came from Ocarina of Time, and I can't play it. Like, what the heck? All right, so after that, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could try the other games. But no, you have to pay online. Switch's official storefront on Nintendo Switch. You can't buy these games separately. You have to pay for them with a subscription service, $20 a year for some of the older ones. Then you get up to N64 and it's $40 a year just to play those games, and that's literally all I care about. And it's such awful emulation too. You have you have these borders stuck up on the end of the screen that you literally can't do anything to get rid of them. If you had like the SNES Classic, that wasn't an issue. They had already done emulation before. They had that system. You could swap out the borders whenever you felt like it. You could get rid of them entirely. But no, on Switch you're just stuck looking at whatever this is. It's terrible. And it just sucks. You can't buy the games. So it's like, okay, I start looking at other options. Like at that point it's like I'm done with Zelda. What about Metroid? You can play Metroid Prime on Switch, but not the original. Okay. Well, what about other Nintendo games? There's a lot of really good Nintendo games here. You check on like Metacritic for like the highest rated Nintendo games. Like so many good ones, classics up here. Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Mario 64, Sunshine, Star Fox games. You can't buy any of those. Are you kidding me? All of these highly acclaimed, like highly rated games, you can't buy them? Why? Why? I don't think I have ever seen a company so unwilling to let you play its game library on newer platforms. Like seriously, all of these games, like most of these games, are in contention for some of the best video games ever, with a few stinkers here and there. You have Star Fox, Sunshine, but the Zeldas, so many Zeldas that you just can't play. And the ones that you can play are locked to a subscription service. Some of them are on Switch too, and Lord knows that that console is a little bit overpriced. It's getting its value up with the new releases, but I'd still argue it's not that great of a release right now. But you just can't play. You can't play games. And it's not just Nintendo that's doing this. There are so many companies that are refusing to let you buy older games on newer platforms, or letting you only buy the remake. Like Battle for Bikini Bottom, another game I grew up with on the PS2. You can only play the remake on newer platforms, and I think that remake sucks. It gets so many things wrong about that original game. It's just so bright, and it just did not feel as good to control. They kind of botched it, in all honesty. But that's all you can play. And there's so many other cases with games on newer platforms where this just happens, and you just can't play the originals. You can't buy them. They don't release them on newer platforms. And it just stinks, because it feels like companies don't care about video games. You'll have movies, TV shows, and music. They'll face similar issues. Like just recently, Sony delisted a whole bunch of movies from people's libraries on their PlayStations. But it still feels like they get so much better treat. It's so much easier to watch your favorite TV show or movie or listen to your favorite song than it is to play your favorite video game. Why do we have to deal with software issues, outdated platforms, and just why do we have to deal with all the technical issues that prevent us from playing these games? Why do we have to put up with companies preventing us from playing these games or stopping us from playing a re-release? You have fans going out of their way to make remastered versions or upgraded versions of old games, putting them on new platforms. Ocarina of Time, pretty much every Zelda has gotten like a PC port at this point. And that's one of the best ways to play the games these days. But it's not legal. What are you supposed to do? The company won't do anything. And yet these people are putting in all the work to launch these new games, these old games, on newer platforms, and you're not allowed to. It's not right. Fans, like, the sucky thing about all of this is that the average fan is going to care about a video game more than a company would even care about the people who make the the damn thing. You know, like my favorite game, I was talking about it earlier, Garden Warfare 2. I love that game. Like, that game has stuck with me throughout my whole life so far. That's like one of my favorite shooters ever. And it's online. Like, the servers could be shut down for that one day. I might one day not be able to play one of my favorite games ever on the console that I purchased it for. I only got an Xbox One just so I could play Garden Warfare 2 because it wasn't on 360. And if they delist that game, that's done. That's my money gone. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, please, developers, game companies, make it so you can host your servers. Give us long-term plans so that we can come back and play our games. We don't need to log anything behind a subscription model. We do not need to keep games gatekeeped on old platforms, or you can't do much with them anymore. We're running out of copies. Discs don't even have the games on them anymore. And we still have to pay for online on just consoles. PC is free. You could just play games whenever you want, no money required. And they use other people's servers. You're supposed to be paying for servers on Xbox and PlayStation, but you're not. Like, so many of the servers are just provided by the company, but because it's on console, you have to pay for it. It's such a dumb mindset, and I really do hope that we eventually kill some of these trends, because they're going to kill a lot of my favorite games that I play, that other people like. And I just hate that. It stinks, man. It's not fun. But anyways, that's all for this video. Nintendo, your best video game of all time, arguably like highest reviewed. I mean, everyone's gonna think something different, but highest rated game ever. You can't buy it? Come on.